Hi, Vibrant Souls. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is Vibrant Soul Tarot. And in today's pick a card reading, we are asking if your crush is interested in you. So does your crush have a crush on you? Maybe? Yes? No? I'm going to try to keep this reading as short and sweet as possible. I know sometimes I say that and they can go a little bit longer, but for the most part, this is going to be a short, sweet, general reading. You can use this reading for whatever you would like, whether it's you've been wanting to talk to your crush, you've been wanting to address, your feelings to them, and you don't know how they feel. So this could be insights for you for that as well. Maybe you just want this reading for pure entertainment purposes, or you're just curious. Whatever your reasons are your reasons. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, guys. I'm just here to give you some readings. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the pile selection so we can get this party started. We have these 3 piles to choose from. We're going to start right here with pile number 1. We have the Gentle Heart Tarot deck along with this Amethyst Tower. And then moving along to pile number 2, we have the Modern Witch Tarot deck along with this Blue Appetite Tower. And then last but not least, we have pile number 3 with the Luna del Lunaverse Tarot and the Cherry Blossom Agate Tower. Okay, so you can take as much time as you need in choosing your pile. If you would like to, you can pause the video here. When you do have your pile selected, I will post the timestamps for each one in the description box below, as always, and I can't wait to see you guys at your reading. Bye! Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading if you chose the Amethyst Tower, or if you chose the Gentle Heart Tarot deck, whichever one. Welcome. So today we are asking if your crush is interested in you as well. So I'm going to ask Spirit here to please tune me into my pile 1 situation. Please tune me into my pile 1's energy, as well as show me in pile 1 if their crush or this person on their mind per se is interested in them or is crushing on them as well. So is this person interested in pile 1 too, please? Okay. Are they interested in pile 1, Spirit? The first card we have is the Queen of Wands. Yeah, because the crystals is wands in this deck. Sometimes crystals is pentacles in a lot of other decks, but for sure it's this one. Okay, so we're already off to a great start. Is this person interested in pile 1, please, Spirit? We have the Hanged Man in reverse. Oh, I kind of like that imagery with the reversed here, though, because now that this Hanged Man card is in reverse, it looks like they're standing up and they're like staring directly at this very beautiful Queen of Wands right here, too. It's almost like they're like, I want to dance with this Queen of Wands. Is this person interested in pile 1, please, Spirit? Oh. Okay. That was a lot of cards, so I don't think I'm going to take all of them. But you know what's noted is the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Let's just get one more card, please, Spirit. And then we'll clarify if we need to. But is this person interested in pile 1? Okay, so we have the Four of Swords. Bottom of the deck now, we have the Nine of Swords. Interesting. So we are going to get some clarifiers with some oracles, but the first card coming out with the Queen of Wands. The answer is they are attracted to you, like in a physical way for sure, with that Queen of Wands coming out. And I feel as though that with this Four of Swords here, this could be them a little hesitant to tell you as well. There could be some mirroring here with the same energy. So we have the Nine of Swords. There could be a little bit of fears regarding this. They could be a little bit intimidated by you as well, Pile 1. But with the Hanged Man in reverse, I'm really thinking that for some of them, they feel as though you're almost a little bit obtainable for whatever reason. Let's get some oracles. The Four of Swords here too is like maybe you and this person don't talk. Maybe you and this person haven't even discussed things. So it's like both of you guys are having this on your mind, or at least maybe have thought about it at least once or something. Like there's obviously an attraction here, and it's like both of you guys have maybe kept it to yourself, or at least this person has kept it to themselves. Oh yeah, we have the Magician. We have the Magician underneath the Nine of Swords as well. And then we have the High Priestess under there too. Yeah, I think this person is like, I think when it comes to this person maybe addressing things with you, there is like a lot of anxiety around it. Maybe some fears of rejection. Let's clarify here. So is this person interested in Pile 1, please, Spirit? What else can you tell us? Like I said, I am getting a yes, but I'm also getting like they're like nervous and they're keeping it to themselves. Oh, we have Door to Romance coming out. I love that. Let's clarify this Hanged Man in reverse. Oh my gosh, it almost fell off the table. Whew, almost gave me a heart attack. So we have Journey as well. Some of you possibly could live far away too, or for some of you, maybe like this person is moving. And that's just a specific message. That's not for everybody, but this person could be like moving as well. And they're like, oh, dang it, I didn't get to. Oh, also with the Journey, this is like maybe when they see you, like when you guys catch eyes, or when you, whether that's like work, school, whatever, you know, or just in life in general, this is like, oh, they're like, hey, hey, Pile 1. Okay, and then we have the second chakra, Archangel Ariel. So this is again confirmation that this person is attracted to you. The second chakra is our sacral chakra, and that does control our sexual desires. That rules over our just desires in general, you know, and it's the fact that we have the High Priestess there too. Sometimes there's a lot of people, specifically, maybe if you check, I don't know, I'm not going to say exactly the type because I can't remember, and I hate saying things that I'm not sure of, especially on here, because I don't want to feed any false information, but there's specifically certain types of people in their human design chart that their intuition speaks through their sacral chakra. So I'm kind of just saying that because that could be this person, or maybe that could be you. So this could be like an intuitive nudge towards them as well, towards you, but they're not really doing anything about it because, yeah, you make them a little nervous, Pile 1. But yes, this person is definitely interested in you. They're definitely attracted to you, like we said, physically. But I love that we have a door to romance, because this means that there could be open to something deeper than just physical. This is like a relationship, you know. Also in this imagery too, there is a heart with a key, with a cage. Yes, the door is open, but maybe this person is still viewing this connection, or viewing you as somebody who's still a little bit unobtainable, like we were talking about before. And that could be for many different reasons as well. I'm hearing for some of you, maybe this person thinks that you have other love interests, and maybe this person thinks, or you have another significant other, whatever the case is. Now, this could just be this person's thoughts, or their own kind of like, so we do have this Nine of Wands, which indicates, you know, thoughts that aren't always, you know, in our best nature. You know, they're kind of those thoughts that could cause more problems, overthinking, fears, nervousness and stuff. So maybe for some of you that could come from that. They're like, oh my gosh, Pile 1 has to have other people interested in them, not just me, you know, that kind of thinking. And I'm also hearing that maybe this person feels like they're a bit out of your league, in the opposite way. No, wait, I guess you would word that as, how would you word that? You're out of their league. Okay. Yeah, that you may be a bit out of their league. And I'm hearing some of you are like, what? Are you kidding me? Because this person to you is very attractive, but you know, it happens. But yeah, to answer your question here, guys, this person is definitely interested in you for sure. I feel like with this journey and this Hangman in reverse too, they're like willing to see where it goes. Because the journey is all about the journey, like what's going to happen. You don't know, the unknown, you know, where you going, where's life taking you. And then we have the store to romance, those two together. It's like, okay, let's see what happens here. Let's see where it goes. But I don't think that they're going to be the first one to tell you if this is something you're interested in. I'm not telling you what to do, but if this is something you're interested in, I would address with this person first. Like I would be the one to go up to them, because it seems like they're a little shy or at least with you. And I'm hearing that this person's not normally shy. It's like just with around you, apparently. And that does happen when you do have something or somebody that you do want or that you do desire, that you do think about. I think this person actually thinks about you at night, maybe when they're going to sleep. Maybe they have some spicy thoughts as well, you know, with this Four of Swords and this second chakra energy here, for sure. For sure. They can definitely be thinking about you. And then I love, like I said before, we're going to move on to your advice now, but I love that the first card that came out was the Queen of Wands for you, because I do think this person thinks that you're like extremely hot and you have this magnetic energy to you, at least in their eyes, that is very attractive. You could, maybe when they see you, you could dress really well as well, or just maybe to them, I like, you just look good. I do feel a little giddy when I'm doing this reading. Like, I'm like, oh, pile one. So that's cute as well, too. All right. So now that we have your answer, let's go ahead and get some advice for you on this topic. So Spirit, what advice do we have for pile one here in regards to this reading? Uh-oh. I say uh-oh because there's some that dropped. And it had to be like in the worst position ever. Okay. Excuse me for 1 second. Oh my gosh. Almost like went into the closet. Okay. Now that I'm done struggling here. The card that we have is don't be spoiled or entitled, acknowledge your privilege, practice gratitude. You know what I'm specifically, so this deck is a little sassy. It words things a little, it sounds meaner than the message actually is. So I feel like with this first piece of advice for you, I feel like this person specifically would feel very comfortable if you were like, oh, I'm so, like, if you just express some sort of gratitude towards them. And so if you're like, oh my gosh, like, I just would love to have you in my life. Like, you don't have to say that. That sounds a little forward. But you get it. Like, if you were to just show, like, extreme appreciation for them, I think that would make them feel a lot better. Now, I'm not saying, like, get on your knees and, like, freaking bow down to this person. No, it's just, like, maybe if you were, like, showed a little excitement when you were talking to them, like, you're like, oh, this person's talking to me. Like, if you normally try to keep it cool, you know, they may want to see, like, oh, well, do they even like me? Are they even happy that I'm here with them right now? You know, like that kind of energy. I think that could be helpful to this situation. So, on that note, let's get another. What is some more advice? Oh, maybe to this person, you can just come off as a little stuck up at times. And I'm not saying that to insult you, because people have said that about me my entire life. And usually I'm not even thinking about other people. I'm like zoned out when I'm in public too. But I have this like RBF that people think, you get it. People think that about me too. So what I'm saying is that maybe because the way this person views you, like as somebody who is very good looking, somebody that they would be interested in, very attracted to you, they kind of have this like preconceived notion that you're a little stuck up, or that you may think that you're too good for them, but in reality that would just be a projection of their thoughts, because they maybe think that you're too good for them, so they're just projecting that onto you. But anyways, like the whole point is, like, if you were to be like, oh, I just am so happy to see you, or you know, they would be like, what, really? Or if you're like texting them and you're just like, I just really love talking to you. You know, there's nothing wrong with making somebody feel good, especially if you do really love talking to them. Like if you do start texting them, or you do text them and like you do really like them, you know, it's never a problem to like say it. Sometimes we feel like we have to keep our feelings to ourselves, but like honestly, that couldn't be further from the case a lot of the time, because that just like gives zero confusion if you're just, you know, open and honest. Okay, so the other piece of advice we have for you is don't go wild with your money. Spend it, save it, and manage it intelligently. Okay, so this is definitely advice for you in your life right now. Spirit's kind of coming through to say, make sure that you're putting some money away. Make sure that you are saving your money, and just being smart with it, whether that's investing it or whatever the case is. Right now, specifically that time that you're watching this reading, don't go, like it says, too crazy. I think that maybe there could be things that could come up. I'm not trying to scare you or anything like that, or just, it's always good to just have something. Even if it's something for yourself, you know. I am filming this in December, so if you're watching this right when I film this, it is Christmas time as well too. So maybe, you know, Spirit's saying like, with the expenses of gifts and things and of that nature, just make sure that you're still taking care of yourself as well. Even though you know, we love to buy other people gifts. I said this in a reading before. I was like, I'm so biased when it comes to gift giving as a love language, because I'm a Leo Venus. So I love giving gifts and I love receiving gifts, but that's just me personally. So so I understand that again fully, because I'm like, oh, they'll like this, or this is so perfect for them. And I just love watching people's face when they open like a gift and like you give them something that they mentioned so long ago and they're like, oh my gosh, you remembered. Yeah, I'm that kind of friend. I'm like, you mentioned this in a text in the beginning of the year, and I've been planning this Christmas present for you for 9 months now. Okay, one more advice for pile one. You won't always agree. Practice looking at situations from different viewpoints. It's not always black and white. Okay, so I'm hearing specifically from Spirit with this is that there's a situation here with, you know, it could be this person or whatever, that you may be seeing things one way and it's not the truth. So there could be more information you need to gather with this situation or this person in order for you to get the full picture, to get all the information. Maybe just because, like for this case, like for example, like just because this person isn't talking to you or coming up to you doesn't mean that they still aren't attracted to you. That could be the case as well, because sometimes we don't show everything and sometimes things look differently than they actually are. And sometimes, you know, in life we just realize that things aren't always what they seem. And so maybe this is also with like people, if they're not able to reply fast enough or if they're not able to do something, it's not because they don't like you. It's not because there's anything wrong with you. There seems to be just something here that I'm getting, that it's like a missing piece of the puzzle here is what I'm getting. So something that's not fully, you're not fully able to see right. So maybe I think this is also advice to not fully make assumptions until you have all the information you need, if that makes sense. And this is, you know, this you won't always agree is perfectly normal as well. Sometimes, you know, when we're meeting somebody new or we're getting to know somebody, we find things about them that we just don't necessarily agree with. That doesn't necessarily make them bad people, and that doesn't make you incompatible unless it's something that you're not willing to compromise. Like if it's a viewpoint or if it's something that you're really passionate about and maybe the person just does not like what that is at all, then of course those are things to take into consideration of, you know, compatibility. And, you know, we also talk about a lot of the time there's like compatibility in the astrology aspects as well. But the most important part that shows whether you're compatible with a person or not, is simply how they treat you. And that's as simple as that. Now, I know it can be difficult with the crushes because maybe you guys aren't even talking at all, or maybe you guys just say hi or goodbye and you don't know yet. Of course, this is also advice to probably go deeper to get more information before you know, just make your final decision. But I feel like you know what you're doing for the most part, pile one. I feel like I don't really have to explain too much or anything like that. And I'm hearing from Spirit, just go with the flow. Just see where it goes. Kind of like this journey card as well. But I think that's it for you. I'm looking around like, oh, you know what's so funny is that I said in the intro I keep these short and sweet, or I want to keep this short and sweet, and when I do, I feel like I'm just missing something. I'm like wait, we're done already? What the heck? So, but I will keep my promise though. I will keep it as short. I don't know if this is short. It's like, I think we're almost at like 20 minutes now. That's short for me. Sometimes the videos can go for like 30, 40, sometimes even an hour. So this is short for me. But thank you to those who stayed this 20 minutes or however long. Thank you to those who like the video. That's such a simple way to show that you enjoyed this video or that you want more, especially like specific topics and things like that. Thank you to all those who comment your stories or just support, and even if you're supporting other people, thank you so much. And again, thank you to all those who subscribe as well. I just love you guys so much. And speaking of, you know, practicing gratitude, I am so grateful for every single one of you. It truly blows my mind, and I can't even express it. Like, I wish I could just like take this feeling that I have in my heart and like just put it in your heart so you could feel it, and then I wouldn't have to explain it. But no, I am super grateful for all of you, and I can't wait to read for you guys in the next one. So if you are not subscribed but you don't want to miss out on the next one, you can go ahead and subscribe if that's something you're interested in, of course, and then maybe I'll see you there. Bye. Hi pile 2, welcome to your reading if you chose the blue apatite crystal, or if you chose the Modern Witch Tarot. Either way, welcome. So today we are asking if that person on your mind or your crush is interested in you too. So I'm going to ask Spirit here to please tune me into my pile 2 situation. Please tune me into my pile 2's energy, as well as show me in pile 2 with the most clarity if this crush of theirs is interested in them as well. Oops, excuse me, that was a little loud. So is this person interested in pile 2? Okay. Are they interested in pile 2, Spirit? Okay, we have the Four of Wands. We have the Emperor, as well as the Ace of Wands. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Swords, though. Okay. Okay. This person is interested in you for sure, but I think that the only thing that's blocking this person is they either have been really hurt in the past, or this could just be in general, and so they may be a little bit reluctant about connections in general right now. We do have the Ace of Wands, which is the card of attraction. This is the card of like, yes, this is like some sort of like light switch. Maybe this is whenever this person sees you, they're like, oh, pile 2. And then we have the Four of Wands, which is a beautiful energy of connection. This is a beautiful energy of union. This is like, I mean, the Four of Wands can mean a lot of different things, but since this is a crush reading, I'm going to just kind of keep it a little lighter, because sometimes the Four of Wands can represent like marriage, you know, and things like that. But maybe they see you as someone who's really fun as well, because the Four of Wands can represent celebrations, like parties. Maybe for some of you, you knew this or saw this person at a party or some sort of wedding or some sort of celebration. Doesn't have to be the case though. This is a general reading, but I do think that they are, you know, they can see themselves as interested in you for sure. I feel like this Emperor card specifically, pile 2, is coming up as maybe a little bit of a blockage for them as well. Like they have to kind of keep their cool, if that makes sense. Oh, I'm hearing this person likes control a lot as well. So they like to have control over how they're seen and how things go, if that makes sense. The Emperor can be a bit of a control freak, to say the least. And so maybe, you know, one of the things that is a struggle for them right now, especially with this heartache, would be releasing control, letting their feelings kind of flow, and possibly getting hurt. And now this kind of reminds me of your channeled song. Was literally, the song title is "Hope is a Dangerous Thing for Someone Like Me, but I have it." And so with that being said, that's, you know, when we say, oh, having hope is a dangerous thing, that means that we've been let down a lot in our life, because maybe before this person has been hopeful. So maybe this person kind of hides away a bit, or keeps their feelings to themselves, or just doesn't show too much or allow themselves to express themselves too much because of not wanting to get too hopeful of maybe either getting shut down or getting their feelings crushed as well. But now let's clarify these more with some oracles so we can see a bit more into this question. But I do think the answer is yes. I just think that they're maybe getting in their own way, or there could just be like their own, you know, like the Three of Swords, their own blockages kind of stuff. Kind of thing. All right, so Spirit, is this person interested in pile 2? Clarify this Four of Wands. This is a lot of cards, but we're gonna see. So we have door to value, patience, door to spirit, and then we also have balance. Door to value was the one that came out on top, so I think I'm gonna take that one. This is 4 as well as Emperor energy. The number 4. Oh, 444. 4 of Wands. The Emperor is the number 4. And then we have 31 that reduces to 4 in numerology. So the 4 is the number of structure as well as balance too, and stability. So I think that this person does come off as very secure. But I think when it comes to maybe relationships and things like that, that's when they kind of feel a little bit off balance. Now, I think that with this door to value here, this person does see you as someone, or could possibly see you as someone that has a lot of value to them, or adds value to their life. You know, we have these doors opening, and we have these money unfolding. Maybe this person is really focused on work right now as well. Like they're really trying to get their life situated, their money up, and things like that. Let's talk about this Emperor card. This is what I'm really interested in, to be honest. So clarify this Emperor card. Oops. Okay, we have empathy, which I am open to seeing both sides of the situation. Okay, the fact that it says I'm open to seeing both sides to the situation, maybe this person doesn't even realize that, like how you're feeling at the same time, or doesn't realize or see that you are interested in them. And then we have empathy here, which is, you know, the ability to empathize or to feel other people's feelings and wants. And I think that with this Emperor, how we were talking about maybe coming up as a bit of a block, is they're kind of a little bit cold, maybe a little closed off to this. Now, this is a crush reading as well, so this can be something that's easily fixed with communication. Like this could just be because maybe this person is a bit oblivious to this at the same time, you know. So let's see. Let's get this Ace of Wands card. Is this person interested? And pile 2. We have walking away. Yeah. So this is what's going on here. This person, okay, we have the Magician and the Mirror at the bottom. Oh, and that goes great with this bottom deck energy, because this is how they're seeing the world right now. This is how they're seeing connections right now. So the potential for this person to be interested in you is definitely there, but they're not willing to really look too deep into it right now at this time. It's like, I feel like this Ace of Wands could be this spark, like I said, like that light up when they see you or when they talk to you, or maybe just however you and this person interact. And if you don't interact at all, then maybe it's just, then maybe just the other messages are for you, like if it's the possibility. But it's like they don't even dive into it, because it also is just an ace. So it's like that immediate like feeling, like that, like, oh, like, you know, like I said, when they see you or whatever, or maybe when you pop into their mind, whatever the case is here, you know what I'm saying? And then so they're like, no, I can't deal with that right now. And it's because their outlook right now on love and outlook on connections is a little bit jaded. I do think this person had some past relationships that did not help in that outlook, I guess you would say, or didn't, whether it's not like it just didn't work out the way this person wanted to. And so that's why we kind of had that energy of like hope is a dangerous thing. To get hopeful again, to open up that door again, that's something that's going to be really hard for this person, possibly because they still have some healing to do. But this has nothing to do with you. Like I said, when I was saying that, like the Three of Swords and the Emperor and those things kind of seemingly energetically in this reading kind of coming through as a bit of a block, it's not anything that has to do with you or like the way that they're viewing you. It's their outlook on connections right now in general. So I do think that this person, that's why I love that sometimes these readings can show that they're not so black and white, because I do see that this person could be interested in you, but I don't think that they're open to the possibility too much, at least right now, based off this current energy. Like I said, this is something that can easily be fixed with communication. Like for some of you, maybe this person has no idea that you even feel this way too. So they're not entertaining it because they're like, I don't know. So I'm just going to go about my day. Or like, you know, they're like, oh, that would be so silly of me to assume that pile 2 likes me, or pile 2 wants to, you know, be with me, or whatever the case is, you know, however far along you are in this crush saga here. But I think for the most part, this person does seem to have really, really high standards as well. And I think that's something that you could match with this door to value here and this Four of Wands. They're like, you could meet those standards. It's just this person's feeling a little like hopeless when it comes to the romance department. But there is an attraction here. And that's a start, you know. Sometimes all you need is a little flame to get the whole thing on fire, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's going to be different for every single one of you. And especially dealing with this person, you know, it's not your job to convince anyone that you're valuable or that you're relationship material or things like that, you know. That's something that obviously someone should see on their own. And like I said, that could be easily, you know, fixed with communication, like maybe talking to this person more, or maybe just being a more consistent face in their life, you know, and so on and so forth. So with that being said, it's still, I think, a little bit up in the air for you here, but I can see this person being interested in you for sure. Like with the Four of Wands coming out the first card, yeah, this person can see you as someone like, you know, that they could have a connection with for sure, or, you know, be in a relationship with, or maybe even have fun with. Maybe this person looks at you as someone who is really fun, and they kind of admire that in you, because I do think that this person kind of has a little serious tone to them, and they need to, and I think Spirit like even kind of wants this person to open up a little bit more and loosen up a little bit more, you know, and I think and not be so rigid in their mindset or their thinking a lot of the time too. So on that note, we're going to get some advice for you here. So, Spirit, what advice do we have for pile 2 with this situation here? What advice do we have? Oh, look, we have lighten up for you too. There could be definite mirroring. There could be definite mirroring coming or going on here. Like maybe both of you are like, a little serious. Okay, sorry. I was multitasking while I was doing that. And okay, so I feel called for the bottom of the deck for you here too. So we have good job getting out of bed today. Yay you. And I think that's really good. If you have not been feeling like yourself lately, or sometimes the energies, and I know when I'm filming this, it is December, like we're towards like right smack dab in the middle of December, I want to say by now. Sometimes when it gets cold, you know, we can feel a little bit unmotivated and things like that. And so I think this message is coming at the bottom for you to just be kind to yourself in general. And, you know, you're doing what you need to do, and that's enough. So don't beat yourself up for if you don't think that if you need to be doing more, or there's something else you can be doing. And, you know, of course, there's always something we could be doing if we have to stay productive like 100% of the time, but that's not the case. So I think Spirit's saying, like, you know, good job for doing what you do here. And be kind to yourself. Don't be a bully. Don't be a bully saying that you need to do more, this should be like this, or this should be like that, because that's like that phrase, oh well, it should be like this, is not helpful a lot of the time as well. You know, it is what it is. Not what it should be. Okay, so the next card we have for you is you are perfect and there are always ways to improve. Both are true. I love that. I love that so much, especially just going off what we were just talking about. Like, you know, this is a lot about self-acceptance, and this is a lot about knowing that you're fine just the way that you are. Like, yes, there's always things we want to improve. There's always things we feel like we need to improve. And of course, we should improve things if they will improve our life. If they improve our quality of life, then of course we should improve these things. But that doesn't mean you're any less worthy without those things at the same time. Like, you are worthy of everything that you desire. You are worthy of the best type of love, the best type of relationship, even if you feel like you're not, even if you feel like you aren't ready for that, or whatever the case is, that doesn't affect your worthiness. Just like, you know, readings like this, like, you know, how people feel is usually about themselves. And so it has nothing to do whether or not someone is interested in you or not, does not affect your worthiness. And it doesn't make you any less perfect. It doesn't make you any less great. It's just something else completely different. Like, it's usually about them, you know, it's never truly about like us personally. When someone does something, even when they're lashing out and people are trying to hurt us, and I'm not saying this person's gonna do that, I'm just saying in general, like, it's always something within them, and not because you deserve that. Or, I mean, sometimes we do deserve, you know, sometimes a little bit of talking to, but I'm not talking about like that kind of scenario. I'm talking about like if someone were to just be like mean, or for no reason, or just say something that, you know, hurt your feelings. Like, that says a lot about them. And you, my friend, are perfectly fine being yourself. And I love somebody who is 100% authentic. And I think that this world at times can make us think that we have to change, or we have to conform, or we have to do this. And I understand completely. I live in the same world as you do. And I know, trust me. And I'm not perfect too. I still feel those same ways too. But with that being said, if we can just come back to the truth of the matter, that we are 100% perfect just how we are, like, inside, like think of yourself as, like, I know I'm kind of going off a little bit. This is why these readings always last longer. But think of yourself as either the child version of you, or maybe when you were just born, that version of you that is excited to explore before any type of conditioning, before any type of words, you know, were said to you, or, you know, actions were done to you that made you feel anything less than yourself. That's the version of you that still exists inside, and that's the version of you that is still 100% perfect, and there's never, ever, ever been anything wrong with them. We've just been made to believe that there's something wrong with us. So I don't know why I went on that huge rant. I'm so sorry, but I feel like very emotional in my heart chakra right now, and I just feel like I just want to give you a huge hug, and I just want to kiss you on the forehead, and I want to tell you that you're beautiful, amazing, handsome, whatever, and to remember that, to believe that, okay? Okay, I'm done with that. So on this one we have, oh, I want to do the lighten up. So we have the lighten up. You don't need to have it all figured out right now. Be in the moment. Okay, that makes perfect sense. I don't even think it's specifically about the lighten up part for you, but of course we could all lighten up every now and then. Sometimes we get so serious and so focused on one thing that we forget that sometimes things just aren't that serious. You know, I do that too, specifically like with the things that I invest my energy in. Like for example, like these readings, like I invest energy in it, and sometimes I get so focused on it that I have to, and spirit even comes through and tells me like, girl, it's not that serious. Just let it be. We'll see what happens, you know? And that's like with anything in my life too. I have a lot of Virgo placement, so I'm a control freak too. I can relate to that. But I think this is you know, you don't really need to have all the clarity right now. You don't have to have it all figured out. That doesn't mean you never will. That does not mean that the answers won't come to you when you need them. You know, it's just life. Some things are meant to be a mystery. Sometimes we forget that. Some things are meant to be unknown. Sometimes we're meant to be put in situations where we don't know what's going to happen or what's next. And that's, you know, fine. At the same time, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just about how we perceive it. And sometimes we perceive it through the lens of fear. And so when you find yourself doing that, just come back to your center again and try to view it as like an excitement, like a mystery. Like, oh, I don't know how this could be, you know? Like if you're watching a movie. Okay, and then the last card we have for you is, okay, so this is a little sassy deck. Don't worry, it doesn't mean to be mean or anything like that. As I was just saying, to be kind to yourself. It's all, it says, we're kind of boring, but that's not true. I'll talk about it, what it means. So it says, you're kind of being boring. Try new foods, places, hobbies, music, and books. New stuff makes life thrilling. That's like an emphasis on that, because right when I read that part right here, I was like, oh yeah, like Spirit wants you to try new things. Spirit wants you to go to new places. Spirit wants you to get out of your comfort zone and, you know, go, you know, just a different route. You know, things like that, because all of that, you know, they may seem so insignificant, and sometimes it is a little insignificant. Of course, nothing may happen, but then things will. What my point to this is, though, like doing things differently, trying new things, you're opening yourself up for so many different outcomes now. It's like when you step out and you do something differently, you're creating another timeline of different potential or different things to happen. Now, like I said, it's a lot of the time it's not as dramatic as that. A lot of time it's a little bit more subtle, but it still does something, you know, and you never know the other people you may meet along the way. Or this could be in regards to stepping out of your comfort zone with this person. Like maybe if you felt like you want to talk to them or you want to see for yourself and not in a reading, you know, then definitely do that. Do something that's different to you. And try new things. New people are always coming into your life as well too. I always think about that too, because again, we get so like focused on what we have and like what's going on around us right now that we forget that, you know, we're still on this journey of life, and we forget that there's still so many other people, places, and things that we have yet to meet, do, and see, you know? And I think that's always a good outlook. I think it helps, you know, the outlook when you look at it that way of like the life of like, oh yeah, there is other things. There is more than just this, you know? So I hope that helped in some way. Or maybe, like I said, maybe it's just entertaining. But whatever the reason is, thank you for being here. Thank you to all who comment on the videos, or liking is such a simple way to just support this channel. Like, it's crazy. But thank you to all who do that. Thank you to all who share, and thank you all to who subscribe to the channel. It means so much to me, and I love to have you here, and I love that you know, we can all have fun and do these little readings together, and that's meeting new people as well too. Even though it's through the online, it's still like some sort of energetic, like, you know, a meeting, and I think that's exciting too. Since we were just talking about that, that's why I'm saying that. But thank you again to now I'm getting off track here, because I was going to say something, but I already said that. So thank you twice. Now I feel like I need to ground, because now I feel all spacey. But yeah, so thank you to all who watch, support the channel, like I said before. Oh, what I was going to say is that if you did enjoy this pick a card reading and you don't want to miss another one, then you can go, and you're not subscribed, of course, you can go ahead and subscribe now so you won't miss one, only if that's something you're interested in. I'm not, again, like I said in the intro, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. But if that's something you would like, of course, I wouldn't want anyone here if they wouldn't like to be. Then go ahead and I will see you guys at the next pick a card. So bye. Hi Pile 3, welcome to your reading if you chose the Cherry Blossom Agate or if you chose the Lana del Lunaverse Tarot, welcome. So today we are seeing if your crush is interested in you. So I'm going to ask Spirit here to please tune me into my Pile 3 situation. Please tune me into my Pile 3's energy, as well as show me in Pile 3 if this person or crush on their mind is interested in them or would be interested in them as well too. Thank you. Oop. Okay, so is this person interested in Pile 3? All right. Is this person interested in Pile 3, Spirit? This person interested in Pile 3. Okay, so the first card we have is the World. We have the Knight of Wands. And we have the Three of Swords. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups. We're going to get some clarifiers with the oracles first. Oopsies. Dropped one. Okay. So clarifying this World card, please, Spirit. We have balance. Clarifying this Knight of Wands here for Pile 3. We have indecision. And clarifying this Three of Swords. We have the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel in reverse. Bottom of the deck, we have contract with a little balancing scale as well too. Okay, this one is a little bit tricky, Pile 3, if I can be quite honest. It's not that this person is not interested in you. It's the fact that they are not in a good energy to even be with, if that makes sense. I feel like this person doesn't know exactly what they want half the time. And I think this person may be the type to tell people what it is that they like to hear, regardless of how far you've gone with this person. Like, you know, if you do talk or if you don't talk, this is kind of just the energy that's coming out for this. And I think that it's a lot to do with their own self. But if I can be honest, this contract, oh, look at, we have the World again. And I do think that this person finds, I'm hearing this person would be very grateful to have you in their world. For sure. I mean, of course, who wouldn't, right? No, but the thing is that I think that this would be a karmic partner. And I think that there would be a lot of difficulties here. And I think that inevitably there could be a lot of heartbreak. I think that there's heartbreak within this person as well right now. And I think that they would actually end up hurting you in the end, if that makes sense. Now, I don't want to seem all like I don't want to sound all morbid and like and negative and things like that, but I do want to read the readings as honestly as possible. I think that I think this person's just in a player type energy, and I think it can be very reckless. And I think that this is almost coming to you as some sort of warning here, pile 3, about this person's intentions. And it's not that they're 100% a bad person or anything like that. I think that this person has some chaos going on with them, and I think that they could actually end up bringing that chaos in with you. And so with that being said, it's like they're... Okay, I'm so sorry, but Spirit just said they're no good. Like they kind of have a lot of trouble, or chaos, like I said before, following them. But we have the Two of Cups at the bottom. Like they could, they could be interested in you, and I do think that that's possible. And we have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands can be attracted, type of energy. But it's also, the Knight of Wands is a very fast energy that also does not know what they want and can come in real fast, cause a lot of, it could be real passionate, it could be real intense, it could cause a lot of things to come to the surface, but it could also just be gone just as fast. And I think that this is the energy that this person's kind of in. It's a very player type of in and out, don't ask me what I want because I don't know what I want type of energy. And then we have the throat chakra coming in reverse, which means that this person may not be truthful at times. And with that being said, the Three of Swords being clarified with that, the Three of Swords is a card of heartbreak. The Three of Swords is a card of, needing to heal. And it's not looking very good here. So for some of you, the answer could be no, but like I'm saying, it's not so black and white like that. I think that this person would be interested in you, but I don't think it would be in a way that you deserve, and I don't think it would be the outcome that you would want. So I'm just going to leave this here. And I never want to be like negative. And of course, I want things to be perfect in a perfect world. And I want to tell you that this is the love of your life and, and all that stuff. Of course, me being a reader and like me feeling these emotions, I would love to tell you that, but I'm also not going to lie to you. And I'm not going to say that I'm seeing things, 100% perfect here. But for you specifically, I do want to pull some more cards. I didn't do that with any other pile. I don't know what I want to pull yet though. The other piles, we just had these 3 with these 3 and then the advice. But for you specifically, I feel like I need more information here. Oh, as I just look at the bottom of the deck, oh my gosh, the bottom of the deck, it says, you choose who to love. Access to your heart is a privilege. If the vibe isn't right, respectfully move on. Okay. That is definitely clarifying exactly like what I was kind of feeling here, that you are just, it's not a matter of the fact that this person is interested in you or not. It's that you deserve probably better than what they're able to give you. And access to your heart is a privilege, and you shouldn't let anyone just in there. Of course, if you don't know, then, and you learn, of course, then that's different. And this is a crush reading. So I do believe that this is kind of a little bit of a warning that maybe some of you have already been intuitively kind of feeling. Maybe like, those intuitive jokes that we kind of say that are like, oh, this person is so hot, they could ruin my life. Sometimes there's some truth to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I would let this person ruin my life. Please don't. Obviously, it's all jokes aside. And this is a general reading as well. So if you feel like you've come across the wrong pile, you may have come across the wrong pile too. If you're like, no, that doesn't sound like this person, or I don't sense that at all, or I don't feel that at all. Of course, I would always say, trust your intuition, trust your inner voice, your gut, your instincts, whatever it is to you, way more than trusting a reading on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that to like minimalize what I do at all. I mean that as in, yourself best and the vibe best, and you know what you should do, and don't listen to anyone else. If, like it says, if the vibe is wrong, if this vibe is wrong, in this reading. But I do think for most of you, this is like somebody that is probably very good looking. This is somebody that probably would tell you everything that you want to hear and may not keep those promises in the end. And I think that it would be a lesson for you, which is always, you know, that's fine as well if you would like to still pursue somebody or something. Sometimes we need to learn. Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on all the lessons I've learned in love where people have literally told me this person is bad news. And I'm like, well, you know, I just got to see for myself. Or like back in the day, you know, before I had all those lessons or main lessons or whatever, but you know, when you're like, well, it could be different with me, well, I could change them. No, don't. If that's your thought process, I'll just save you the trouble. Run. But of course I am joking around, you know, for the most part, because I'm not here to tell you like exactly how this person is. This is only obviously a 6-card spread, and a short little reading, but we cannot deny the energies of this reading here. We cannot deny what has come out. Okay, well, on that note, we can get some advice for you. So like I said, this one is tricky because it's like this person could be interested in you, but it's not in the right way. Okay, so I think that's the answer that we have here. So I would say, all in all, it would be a no, but you get what I'm saying, how it's like not all black and white. Like it's not a no because they're not attracted to you. It's not a no because there's anything wrong with you or anything like that. Like it's a no, just no. All right, so let's get some advice for you, my lovely pile threes. And you know, I do feel like when I do these readings, like specific readings like this, I feel like, you know, when the energies come out like this, that they do come with some sort of backlash from specific people. And all I have to say is that if, like I said before, like if you're feeling like this is so negative, it's so wrong and things like that to you, then it's just not your reading, love. And I'm not mad at you or anything like that. Of course, it just happens. And sometimes we come across things that are a chance for us to use our discernment. It's not necessarily that like you're wrong, the reading's wrong, the person's wrong. It's all sometimes can just be a chance to use your discernment. Is this for you? Is this not for you? And things like that. So sometimes maybe before you flame people in the comments, love bugs, and I'm only talking to a specific group, like such a small percentage of people, but you know, it's just that this could be beneficial to somebody else, but maybe not to you, you know. Still love you though. Mwah. Okay, so on that note, let's get some advice for you. Okay. So the first card we have is it's okay to change your mind. When you get new information, reassess your decisions. Be open and flexible. Okay, so this is great advice in regards to this situation, of course, because sometimes it would be hard to just trust openly, especially like just trust a tarot reading that you have no idea. But this is like, I think also for you, being open to the information as it's being presented to you, whether that's like, you know, the more you get to know this person, so on, you know, that kind of thing, whether or not it's red flags, it's green flags, whatever information you're receiving, be open to it and take it into consideration. This is great advice for anything, and to be honest, because you know, like it literally says, it's okay to get new information, and it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to want something differently. You don't have to be fixed. You don't have to, and it's okay to change your mind back and forth. Sometimes things can be confusing. Obviously, we have indecision in reverse here. There could be a lot of confusion around this person and around this connection. And I think it's a lot about in this reading specifically, it's a lot about what this person wants and maybe what it's going to be. And I think that sometimes indecisions can just string us along, but there are clues. There's always clues, and it's how you feel. It's how this person treats you. there's a lot of things, a lot of signs that I know when we have feelings for somebody, or even when you're just super attracted to somebody. And trust me, I've done this before too. And that's why I'm saying this, is like we can't ignore a lot of signs. We can't ignore a lot of information. We can put some things to the side. But I think for the most part, the red flags that we ignore now will always come back later. They don't usually just go away. So be open to information as you are receiving it. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. You don't have to make a specific decision right now, of course. Just see things for what they are, I guess, would be another way to put that as well. And then we also have the throat chakra in reverse here too, which can have confusion around seeing the truth, seeing things for what it is, Oh, I love this one for you so much right now. If you're reading this right now, know you are loved, especially when you don't feel it. Especially when you don't feel it. You are loved, especially when you feel like you don't deserve it, especially when you feel like the world is against you. All of these feelings, they are validated feelings, but you are 100% unconditionally loved regardless of anything that you do, of anything that you say, and that's by spirit. And I think that's one of the best things that comes with, working on your connection to spirit, is you work on that connection to this source of unconditional love for you regardless. And it really helps you have that unconditional love within yourself. And it really helps you see that we're all just kind of going through the motions in our own lives, and making choices based off our perception and our perspective. And I'm talking about like other people here in general. And it has nothing to do with your value. It has nothing to do with your true worth. And it doesn't have anything to do with you not being worthy of love, or not being, whether you think you're hard to love, whether you think, this person or other people, haven't loved you right. All of those things are just things. The truth of the matter is that you are 100% unconditionally loved and supported by spirit. And I think that, like I said before, tapping into that is the best thing we can do for ourselves. And self-acceptance is the best thing we can do for ourselves, is accepting ourselves, flaws and all, and realizing that we're great people. Because Pile 3, you're an amazing person. And if I can be quite honest, I feel this energy of this person is the type of energy that an amazing person with extreme empathy and extreme love for others, but may not have that same love sometimes for themselves, can tend to attract. And I mean that in the best, most loving way. And it's because I think that the fact that you have so much love, and the fact that you have so much ability to care, and I know this is a crush reading, so I'm talking about like a deeper love, like, you get what I'm saying? Like that unconditional love. And I think that spirit wants you to remember that you deserve that love more than anyone else right now, and in general. And spirit says that you're the most important relationship in your life too. So don't forget that. And give yourself some love. Okay. Let's get one more for you. Oh, I thought it flipped over. Let's get one more advice for Pile 3, please. There we go. Move your booty, exercise. Your butt cheeks will be much happier. This is such great advice. Oh my gosh, I just went on a rant in another in another reading. I guess I wouldn't call it a rant, but literally another reading where I was like, sometimes we like just the most simplest way to feel better is just movement. It's always been movement. Sometimes we have to get out of our heads, and we just have to get in our bodies, and we just have to move around, whether that's dance, run, walk, whatever it is, clean or anything like that. Like where you're just moving around is the best thing you can do, because sometimes our minds try to solve problems for us, and we're inside a room, like say we're behind these four walls, right? And that's not where the solution is. I think it's a lot of the time it only makes it worse. And so the best thing you could do for your mental health is to get up and just move. And I know that when you are not feeling your best, that's one of the last things you want to do. And so if I could just say anything, it would just be to give yourself that discipline to just do it. And you could do something fun as well too. Like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm going to go for a run and I'm going to do this, you know, like anything that makes you shake it off. Like, you will instantly feel better. This is something that I have been implicating in my life daily. I feel as though a lot of my previous mental health conditions have gotten a lot better. And it's something that you can't overthink. It's something that, you know, it's just movement for your body in any way, shape, or form. It helps us release old energy. It helps us, again, get out of our minds. One of the best things you can do with this is go outside and get sunlight and things like that. All of these things that are good and nourishing for our body is what is really needed here. And I think it's really underrated how easy, you know, it could be. And I'm not talking about for people with like severe depression or really bad diagnosed, you know, mental disorders and things like that. Obviously, you know, there's often more to do than just move. But I'm talking about when you're just in a funk and you're overthinking and you're overfeeling and your mind's maybe not being the best to you and everything just seems like it's just ugh. That's the best way I can describe it. Everything's just like ew. Just if you were to just get up and move, shake your body, listen to some music, go outside, like I said, go for a run, go for a walk, whatever it is, go ride your bike, walk your dog. It's so much better. It's so helpful. And so that's why I'm going on another rant about it too, because I can't stress this enough on how helpful it is. So please do that. And your body loves you and your body does so much for you all the time. And your body does crave movement. Your body does want to move. And I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not calling you lazy. I'm not calling you anything like this. A lot of our lives are very, it could be, you know, whether you go to work or you're at school, they can be, what's the word? Sedentary? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but that word. They can be very, like, there's a lot of minimal movement, okay? And if you do have a job where or you do work or you are very active, and this probably isn't for you unless you feel like it is. Well, you can still move more as well too. But I'm just saying, if you need rest, give yourself rest. In the opposite case, I would say put your phone away, or I would say meditate or stop thinking. You know what I'm saying? If your body's tired. But for those of you that feel like, you know, you don't move your body as much as you should, or maybe that, or you could, or you have more energy, or even if you don't have energy, because sometimes that voice in your head lies to you. Like, let me tell you, one of the best things that I learned as well too, that stopped me from sleeping so much, is the fact that, and I get good sleep every night. Don't get me wrong. Sleep is incredibly important. But I feel like if I don't get the best sleep, you know, you have that little voice on your shoulder that's like, oh, you're tired. Oh, you only got 6 hours. You only got 7 hours, you know? And it's like it tricks your mind into thinking that you don't have the energy or the capacity to do anything that day. And so you just want to lay in bed, and then you feel worse, and then it makes it worse. And then it's just this whole cycle. That voice is lying to you. That's the voice I'm talking about. You definitely have the energy to do what it is you need to do that day. And you can always just, you know, get good sleep every other night, you know, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, and I am hearing that maybe for some of you that suffer from insomnia as well, if you have not gotten help or you're able to get help with that, because that could help as well. And I know that's different too. Like, I know people that suffer from like legit insomnia, that it's not just like, oh, take some melatonin or take this, you know what I'm saying? That's different. So if you can get some help with that, that could help tremendously as well. But for the most part, it's pretty simple, guys. Just move. Get active. And the only reason why I feel so passionately about this is because that was me before. I wasn't doing anything for a long time, and then I got to moving, and I'm just telling you, it's improved my life. It's improved my mindset. It's just, and it's not even about how you look. It's once you start doing it for yourself, like, I mean, it could start there. That's the thing, is a lot of time it can start there, is if you want to improve your health, for sure. But that's, all those things are going to come naturally though. That's something that you don't even need to worry about. Like, that will just literally come as an additional benefit to doing this. But yeah, so sometimes just the simple solution is just getting out of your head and just getting into your body and doing something, whether you want to do a class too, like a class, or get a gym membership, or like I said, you could just go outside, or if it's cold, there's so many YouTube videos too. That's one of my favorite things to do. There's so many YouTube videos for free where you can just like move, and I don't even listen to them. I like to throw in my own music and my own headphones, and then I'll try to follow along, but then also I don't take myself too seriously, and that makes it more fun too. It's like I don't have to get every step correct, or like I'm by myself, I don't have to worry about how I look, or you know what I'm saying, dude, just do it for you, and that's all that matters. But I am gonna stop talking about it now because I tend to do this, and this is why I say, oh, this is gonna be a short reading, and then they go on for freaking ever. But honestly, this is still short for me. I think sometimes the readings can go up to like an hour at times. So this is still short for me, but I am going to leave this reading here though for you. I really hope it helped. I'm really sorry if this isn't what you wanted to hear today, pile 3. I know it can suck, but like I said, just trust your voice, trust your intuition. And I want to say thank you to anyone who supports this channel in any type of way. I want to say thank you to anyone who subscribes, who can like the video. Such an easy way to do an energy exchange, and it's an easy way to show that you do enjoy these videos, and I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support. Also, to my subscribers, thank you so much. And if you are not subscribed, but you did enjoy this reading, or you would like to see another one maybe, then I would say you can subscribe now so you don't miss out on the next one, if that's something you're interested in doing, of course. I never want anyone to be here that doesn't want to be here, of course. So with that being said, I just want to say again, thank you, love you, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next reading. Bye!